So this has been a very interesting week for me. Let me start with saying that going back to Saturday, I wasn't probably feeling 100%, but I worked outside like all day long, like 8, 10 hours, somewhere in there, just doing a lot of strenuous activity. And this, bit of a sickness, this cough that I've had, kind of came back again. And this week's been kind of rough. Really have been feeling worse and worse as the week's gone on. So I went to urgent care, and turns out I have a sinus infection and bronchitis. Um, Bronchitis seems to be pretty bad, so I'm dealing with that. And this has totally changed my plans for the week, and really my whole 60-day workout transformation is messed up right now. Um, So let me kind of explain a few things here, and hopefully I won't start coughing during this video because when I get coughing, it's been kind of rough. But anyway, as you know, I've been on a 60-day workout transformation, and I had 18 days left as of the beginning of this week in that transformation. I was at like day 42. And last week, I already had one day, I think it was on Monday, if I remember correctly, that I didn't do a workout because I just wasn't feeling that good. But then Wednesday and Friday, I pushed through it and did my workouts and so forth. Hadn't really been doing any walking or anything outside of the workouts, so it was just the workouts. Well, this week, Monday, I really didn't feel good at all, so I didn't do a workout. And I'm actually recording this on Wednesday. I'll probably go out on Friday morning, but it's Wednesday evening here, and I didn't do the workout again on Wednesday, and I went into urgent care actually, and yeah, it it's probably worse than it should have been just because I didn't really take care of myself. I did especially on like the last couple of Saturdays when I would start to feel better. I was just out all day doing yard work and so forth, and cleaning up stuff from the deck that I was taking apart, and just overdid it each time, right? And if I would have gone to the doctor earlier, uh, maybe I would have caught things sooner and wouldn't be quite as bad as how it's been. The last couple of nights, like I have really struggled to get any sleep. I don't know. You can probably tell it in my eyes, my expression here, and everything. Um, just struggled to get sleep because I kept coughing and coughing and waking myself up coughing and all that kind of stuff. So it's been interesting. Since I've been on Carnivore for almost 3 years, and this is probably the sickest I've felt in the 3 years on Carnivore. And really, other than maybe a sniffle here and there, this is the first time I've been sick in over a year. I was around this time last year when I went on a cruise, and I got sick on the cruise. And I think I had one of the flu variants at that time or something. And it turned out it wasn't really that horribly bad or anything. But this has been definitely probably the sickest I felt in the last 3 years. Um, so I've been dealing with that again, not getting a lot of sleep and so forth. And so here I am. It's Wednesday evening. I'm not working out again, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes Friday. I'm kind of thinking I might not work out, just to keep letting myself heal and so forth, and try and feel better. And that means that an entire week is taken out on my 60-day workout transformation. So life gets in the way sometimes, and you don't get to do the things that you plan on doing or you want to do. And that's what's happened here for me. But the important thing is that I need to do what's best for me. So I'm going to rest up here a bit this week, and I'm not going to worry about doing any workouts. And we'll just see at the end of the 60 days. I'll still have, after this week, I'll still have like a week and a half for the 60-day transformation. We'll see how it goes, knowing that maybe, I could have done better. I could have maybe lost a little more weight. I could have gotten a little stronger if I didn't get sick and have to fight through that. Have an entire week that I didn't really do any workouts, but that's the way it goes sometimes, right? So that's kind of where that is. And I guess we'll go from there with it. In terms of my eating's been pretty good, I think. There have been some days, excuse me, um, there have been some days that I ate twice in the day. Um, I don't know. I guess my thinking there has just been that not that I was necessarily that hungry in the evening, but I felt like I could eat, so I ate. And maybe that's not the right thing to do, but especially with not feeling good, I felt getting more nutrients in my body was a good thing. So that's what I did. But other than that, it's been clean foods, really good foods, mostly beef, a few eggs here and there. I have one day I made these chaffles where it was 2 eggs and some cheese. And then I put some sausage gravy that I made, carnivore sausage gravy, over on top of that. So you can see the picture. And so I did that one day. So it wasn't always beef, but I did that as a second meal that day. I think I had a steak earlier that day. Um, and then let me see. Well, today is Wednesday. All I've ate today is a little over a pound of ground beef made into a couple burger patties. So that's been my meal today, and I, it's later in the day here at this point. I don't think I'm going to eat again, so just one meal today, so that's good. Um, but that's typically what I do is beef. So there's the example, the chaffles that wasn't beef, but a lot of times it's ground beef made into burger patties or steak. Um, it's still steak, but like chuck roast. Like I'll make it as a roast or whatever. One interesting thing is my pellet grill is kind of on its last legs. I like to use that thing to smoke different foods, different meats, and so forth. And had a problem with it. I replaced the control panel and the igniter on it, and it is igniting. Um, but the fan is turning off a lot, and the wiring is correct, so I'm not exactly sure there. But I've been basically able to use it for steaks and stuff like that, still burgers. But I don't think I'm going to be able to use it for like a smoking 6 hours at a time because I'm going to have to keep going out there and resetting it because it keeps turning off. So I'll have to see what I'm going to do there. I guess I'm going to be in the market for some sort of new grill of some sort. But I got a few expenses right now, so that's not going to be like at the top of my list of things to do. So we'll see. Hopefully it lasts for a while and I can continue to at least make steaks and stuff like that with this grill. And if not, then I'll be doing a lot more of cooking inside. Like, I like to do steaks where I can start them in the oven and then I finish them off on a cast iron pan. I do that a lot. And as a matter of fact, I did a video that was just released, I believe, on Wednesday, I believe. Um, so it was just released Wednesday morning. And this is that video here. If you want to go check that out, I just go over how I cook that steak with between the oven and then the cast iron pan.